It's March 25th. Quite a lovely spring day. A lot of warmth in that sun now. And I am taking a short walk again because all I'm doing is going to the post office up on 13th. So it's only going to be about a 10-15 minute walk again. Sorry about that, but busy. So the fact that I can combine this walk with doing something I need to do anyway makes it easier for me to at least do a little bit of a walk that I live stream. It's about +3, so well above freezing, and sidewalks are good. We'll go up around Connaught, I think, today. See, it's a beautiful sunny day. Still lots of snow sitting around, but it is melting all the time. Even though there's lots there, it's probably quite a bit lower than it was not that long ago. Seeing those blue bins reminds me I have to take out recycling when I get home. I'll pick it up tomorrow. The reason I'm busy today is because there's a new book out from Shadow Potress, Shapers of Worlds, Volume 5, the 5th and final anthology in the series. I started kickstarting in 2019, featuring science fiction and fantasy authors who were guests on my podcast, The World Shapers. There was a new World Shapers episode over the weekend, interview with Art Bell, not the long dead kind of out there radio host, but someone who has the same name. Famous in his own right. He was at HBO, and he's the one that came up with the idea for the Comedy Channel, which became Comedy Central, so he's kind of the guy behind that. And after that, he was president of Court TV, and did a lot to develop it with live court coverage and dramatizations. However, he's written a thriller now, and that's what we were talking about, called What She's Hiding. You can find that on my YouTube channel, of course, just like these videos. Or at its own website, which is theworldshapers.com. I tried to get World Shapers, but it was taken, so it had to be The World Shapers. That was episode 190, which sounds like a lot in some ways. It isn't in some, because there's plenty of podcasts that do it almost daily, but maybe if I did it daily, it would actually be profitable in some fashion. But on the other hand, it's a lot of work, and I got a lot of other things to do, like writing. I'm only wearing my runners. I was hoping that the sidewalks would mostly be clear, but I'm certainly finding plenty of places where they're not particularly still. There's College Avenue. Oh, almost walked into that. That's quite a big puddle. Have to come over this way. Sidewalk looks pretty clear once I get across College, but it's not clear there. Big puddle. It is the time of the year when puddles can take you by surprise. It's an interesting house here, very modern for the neighborhood, which probably means it was built in the 50s, but still looks pretty modern. 50s or 60s, I would think. Big one too, actually. Never been in it. I don't think it was ever on the Davin School home tour that used to be an annual event, and my wife was involved on the organizing committee quite a bit when our daughter was still in school there. Of course, you see more and more modern houses popping in among the old houses as the old houses wear out and get torn down. I suspect the house next to us is going to be gone if anybody buys it. It's for sale, and it's for sale by a company that, generally speaking, they're selling the lot, and then they build a new house, as opposed to really selling the house itself. Trying to find the best side, and every time I cross, it looks like the other side was better. I don't know. Once we get past this spit, it looks pretty good down this way. It will be nice when all the ice is gone completely, all the slush. I think there's snow in the forecast, but maybe not much, and it's still going to be pretty warm, so hopefully it doesn't amount to anything. Mailman just went by in his vehicle. Across 15th. I'm really only 2 blocks away from where I'm going, so yeah, this will be a very short walk. Sorry about that, but at least it's something. Whew. Last night, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned yesterday, there was a book launch at Bushwhacker for the 2 books I most recently published before the one that came out today, which were both short fiction collections, Hello by David Carpenter and Dwayne Brenna's Theories of Everything. We had quite a good turnout. A lot of family and friends, but sold quite a few books at Bushwhacker. They have a nice room there that works quite well, except that there was a live band that started up. And the microphone in our room meant people could hear, but it was still a little bit annoying. Keep seeing messages pop up and trying to read them while I walk, despite the bright light. That water was deeper than it looked like. I don't think I quite got my feet wet, but it came close. Very, very, very ordinary apartment buildings here. I don't know who the architect was, but they didn't work very hard. Those are probably 50s or 60s. That one's probably 70s, I would think, that kind of wood look there. Then the next one here is quite old. Quite nice too, but we looked at a condo in there when we were looking, but although we liked the condo, 2 things. It was on the top of the 3rd floor, there was no elevator, and second thing, the floor of the kitchen sloped so much that if you dropped anything, you always knew where to look for it if it could roll. So, nice building. And then over there, the Alpha Apartments, which I've often mentioned, where our piano used to live once upon a time. Ooh, that's a nasty puddle. Can't wade through that. Maybe if I go this way, I can stay on solid enough ice to not bury my feet in the water, flood my shoes. Crossing 15th now. Yes, our piano lived on the top floor many, many years ago before it was bought by my wife's grandparents. Belonged to Madame Burkett, who was a voice teacher, and she lived up there on the top floor. It's a 6-foot baby grand, so I'm sure it was not a popular thing for the moving people to get up and down the stairs. Better than a concert grand, I guess, but still. Safeway over there, where I walked to yesterday, I guess, coming from downtown. Oh yes, major puddles, poodles. used to call them when Alice was little. Don't step in a poodle. Yeah, and in places, they're doing a pretty good job on the sidewalk. So I will risk the street here, which is dry, to avoid that particular puddle or poodle. On the 13th, you can see downtown over there, SGI building sticking up a bit. Here we got Orange, Butcher Boy, where we buy meat. Orange is a cafe, bakery, chocolatier, a beauty salon. Takeaway Gourmet is a cheese shop, among other things. Quite good. And you get Shannon's Pub and Grill. I haven't been in since they moved here. They used to be next door where the cheese shop is now. Well, there's the Mercury Cafe, which I like because it has a rocket on top of it. Dale's Florist is gone. It was there forever, but it's closed now. Nothing in there. And we'll stop right here. So thanks for walking with me. And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Hi, Jolly.